Good morning, rather good afternoon. Excuse me. I'm Dr. Gregg. I'm a psychologist, relationship therapist, and board certified sex therapist. I'm speaking to you today from Miami, Florida, on day 205 of the COVID crisis. Welcome to my LIVECAST program. This is episode number 2. Today I'm going to be talking with you guys about a few things. Number one, I'm going to give you some news items. We're going to talk about my featured topic, which today is how to find your soulmate, how to find the perfect partner. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about today. After that, I'm going to give you my relationship and sex tip of the day. We're going to focus on a gratitude moment because no episode would ever be complete without a gratitude moment. And finally, an affirmation, a positive affirmation that I have found helpful that I'd like to share with you guys. Again, I'm Dr. Gregg Pizzi. I'm a psychologist, relationship therapist, and board certified sex therapist based in Miami, Florida. Welcome to my live cast once again. My purpose here on the show is to help people feel less lonely and more connected in a world that is becoming increasingly difficult to engage in. The world is becoming more and more complex, and I think we can all use some support and help from one another in connecting and making life more meaningful. I believe that through the power of the mind, we can live the life that we want. Psychological knowledge has been my career. However, I've been learning more about mindfulness, metacognition, and the power of the mind, creating our own life experiences through our thoughts. Please join me every Tuesday and Thursday here on my channel for this live cast program. In the news, today is day 205, again, as I stated, of the COVID crisis, day 205 since COVID was discovered. I'm wearing my mask that I purchased from the Miami One Mask Project, which I will put the link in the comments below after this, going live. I will put the comment for the link for these beautiful masks that my friend Michael Zamora is working on, and for each mask that he sells, he is able to donate a mask to healthcare workers on the front lines. And look at my beautiful mask. It's the Miami Dolphins colors, supporting my city and supporting the cause of being responsible and trying to do my best to prevent the spread of COVID, protecting myself and others. These are beautiful masks, and I will put the link below in the comments after the transmission of this live cast so that you can support Michael and check out that wonderful cause. Recent studies have shown that wearing a cloth mask reduces rate of transmission by 1/3. Now, 30% or 33% reduction in transmission might not seem like that much. However, I'll take this off now. 1/3 a reduction in transmission from person to person actually adds up to be quite a bit when you consider the entire population. So it makes a huge difference. Wearing a cloth mask is found to make a 30% reduction in transmission, but the cumulative impact on the entire community is massive when you think about the way it exponentially increases and decreases as appropriate. I will also include a link from that finding in the comments below. Please feel free to ask me any questions that you have or make any comments during this live cast. I'm getting used to this. This is my second one, so please bear with me as I do my best to get the buttons right. Again, for those of you that are joining right now, I'm Dr. Gregg Pizzi. I'm a psychologist, relationship therapist, and board certified sex therapist. Thank you for supporting me. My website is www.pizzipsych.com. Our main topic for today, How to find the perfect partner. How do you find your soulmate? Does your soulmate exist? What is this all about? Is there one perfect person for me? Does he or she even exist? Many people ask me this question. How do you find the right partner? How do you know when you're in love? Well, the answer to this question is yes, you can find your perfect partner. And the way that works is that first we have to become the perfect partner. By getting in line with the best parts of ourselves, those most attractive portions of who we are, and getting in alignment with who we truly are, getting rid of any friction, any resistance from being the true person that we are, that puts us in alignment so that we become who we want to attract. And by being that person, we send out a vibration to those around us, and we end up bringing out and attracting the best components of the people around us into our life. So if you want to have a soulmate, if you want to find your perfect partner, become the perfect version of yourself. Become the perfect version of yourself, and then everyone around you will automatically be attracted and will exhibit the parts of them that are the best version of themselves. If we don't resonate with who we truly are, and if we're not on our best possible level, then we won't be able to attract someone who's on a similar level to us. In fact, you don't want a partner to come to your life when you're not ready for them yet. You want to make sure that you're on a good vibration, that you're completely in alignment with yourself and ready for that person. Otherwise, you're going to attract somebody that's at a point that you don't want to be at. A good example of that would be, for example, a child that is susceptible to their parents. Have you ever noticed how a child, there's different aspects, different personalities of a child that comes out depending on which parent they're with? That's because depending on each parent's vibration, that's what is elicited in the child. The child responds and acts in accordance with what the expectations are of the parent that they're spending time with. So if we get ourselves into a good vibration, if we align ourselves with the person that we want to be, we will attract the person that we want. That's the way to finding the perfect partner. And of course, there are many different options of human beings on this earth who could fill that role of being our perfect partner. The perfect partner is determined by the person that brings out the perfection in us. When we are in alignment with who we are and we are our best version of ourselves, we attract and elicit the best version of those around us. So now we're going to move on to my sex and relationship tip of the day, and that is that there always needs to be an element of surprise. Don't let things get boring in your relationship. Make sure that there is surprise at all costs, that you always keep people on their toes, keep yourself and the relationship thank you, Miguel, for that comment. We'll talk about that. I think we should meet and start a love for a real person, not an ideal person, because sometimes we try to make changes. That's a good point, Miguel. Yeah, we have to figure out what it is that we want before we try to impose that on somebody else. Keeping some surprise and some newness in the relationship is extremely important. Keep your love life, keep your sex life interesting by always including an element of surprise, maybe a little surprise text, maybe a little surprise gift once in a while. The most successful and happiest couples report an element of surprise on a regular basis in the relationship. Okay, so for those of you who are joining, I'm Dr. Gregg Pizzi. I'm a licensed psychologist, relationship therapist, and board certified sex therapist. This is my second live cast, and right now we are talking about how to attract your perfect partner, your soulmate. We just finished talking about that. And I just finished giving my relationship tip on always including an element of surprise in your relationship. Next item is that we're going to have our little gratitude moment. I always include gratitude in my life, and I suggest that in order to have a happy, grateful life, you focus on what you appreciate, the things that are working well for you. What I appreciate today is how humanity always finds a way to make it through times of stress. Right now, we're going through some difficult times, and I find it beautiful how we as people, as a community, find a way to always get better, come out on top of things, and surpass problems by getting stronger and understanding ourselves by sticking together. I see that that's what's happening through our health crisis in the world right now, and I do believe that we will come out of this, and I'm grateful for the fact that we can be a resilient race and stick together and come out even bigger, better, and stronger than before. For that, I'm very grateful. Next time, we're going to talk about the 6 mental faculties. The 6 mental faculties, I'm going to explain to you what they are, how they work, and how you can use them to your benefit to increase and improve your success in your overall life well-being. Finally, it's time for our affirmation before we end for the day. The affirmation that I want to share with you today is, time is on my side. Time is on my side. I choose this affirmation because many people have been feeling that the time is flying by. Many people's lives and routines have been completely uprooted. A lot of us also have the opposite perspective, which is that the time is going really slow. So whatever it is, we tend to attract what we focus on. And I suggest that we focus on time being there to serve us. We have as much time as we allow time to be there for us. Life is not happening to you. Remember, life is happening for you. Thank you so much for joining me today in my second episode of my live cast. I'm Dr. Gregg Pizzi. I am a licensed psychologist, relationship therapist, and board certified sex therapist based in Miami. My website is www.pizzipsyc.com. Feel free to message me, send me any questions that you may have, any topics you'd like me to address going forward. And again, thank you so much for supporting me in my program.